So today I want to speak about an interesting aspect that meditation brings to your life. And the practice that really leads to this is this practice where you're going inwards, where you're just saying, okay, I'm not going to rely on stimulation from the outside, and I'm going to see what's actually inside. So this meditation where you are sitting down and you are closing your eyes and you really just be with whatever comes up. Maybe you focus on something like the breath, but then really you are there present with whatever arises. You may come back over and over again to the breath, but really you try not to miss anything that arises. You develop this momentary awareness. And over time, what you discover, what this leads to, is the ability not to cling to things and be really okay with stillness. So you can judge, while you're on the meditative path, you can judge your progress by how happy are you just sitting in stillness? How comfortable are you around people in stillness? How comfortable are you with yourself doing nothing? Just sitting on the couch, not even trying to meditate or concentrate, but just being. And then you can notice in that stillness the tendencies of your mind. Is it really still? Is it causing you agitation, worry, doubt, fear, anger? Are all of these things coming up the longer you sit in stillness? Or is this stillness really like deepening? Are you like able to enjoy the stillness, not being drawn towards things, clinging and craving, aversion? Do these things arise? Do they pull you out of stillness? Or has this practice of meditation really given you that ability to rest in stillness, to really enjoy it to the deepest aspects of this beautiful existence that you can only recognize once the water has settled? So the beautiful aspect that meditation can bring to your life is really an underlying stillness. And maybe you have seen my awakening video where the first reaction I had to this experience, to this moment where all of that was seen clearly, was, oh my God, that's a stillness. There's this stillness. Like, even though things are moving and happening, really nothing is happening. You see that there is the stillness in the free fall, that you never could have hold on to anything, that even your clinging and craving is ultimately just a free fall happening in a beautiful stillness underlying all of that. But that you have not yet been able to access. And once this moment happens, really you appreciate this next level of perception. And I always, or have oftentimes said, that really meditation and awakening doesn't change much about the content of what you experience, the things that you know now as your life. The things you can imagine even by the word stillness are not what awakening is. None of that really changes. Nothing that you know is inherently changed by the awakening. But what is really changed is the access to this, you could say transcendent awareness of stillness, of peacefulness that underlies everything. The stillness, this emptiness that cannot be touched by anything that happens, by any moment, by any content of what you experience. So that's really the difficulty you face up to the point of awakening, is the mind can only grasp things it knows, content. It can only grasp concepts. It can only say, that's that, I understand this word, I interpret it this way. Is it this? Is it like air? Is it like when I don't hear anything? Is it like this over there? So you always, when you try to approach this from the mind, you cannot grasp it. The stillness isn't, we have to use a word that somehow translates this into known phenomena, but it's not in the sound, and it's it doesn't matter whether you hear something or not. The stillness transcends that. So really, from time to time on this meditative journey, try really doing nothing. And I have spoken about this as like a formal practice, where you like sit there in a meditative posture and really try not to do anything and see what happens, what that means, how to do that. But really just do nothing. Sit on the couch and see all of these tendencies of the mind. Where is it going? Why is it going anywhere? Why are you not fine with emptiness? Why are you not like perceiving that stillness, that nothingness as really beautiful? And you can see that this will change over time. If you do such a thing once a week, over the course of months or years, you will notice that that becomes more pleasurable. That like there is less tendency of the mind to tell you stuff that you need to do, that you need to fix, that you need to go out there to do, that you need to get, or that you need to get rid of. So all of this will settle down. That's what's called like letting the pond and the surface of the water get still by itself, by not interfering with it, by not trying to pat the waves down in order to make the surface flat, because that's not going to work. And it's also not easy to let it just settle by itself. So because we are so used to like grasp for things and engage with things. Just wanted to share this with you as a perspective on the path, on the practice, because it's such a beautiful aspect and can easily be overlooked in this goal-oriented approach of our society that we usually have, of what is in there for me, what is this meditation practice going to give me? Is it happiness? Is it joyfulness? And then at some point you realize it's so beautiful, it even transcends all of these experiences, all of these emotions that you usually associate with happiness, pleasure, joy, and that it's really not at all about those, and that it's really much better than you could have imagined. Hope this is helpful. Hope it's a little bit of inspiration for those of you still struggling, still striving, and not knowing how to get there. Maybe it's a good pointer. I hope so. Yeah, as always, thank you for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments. Really enjoy reading your input. And if you have questions, if you want to have some guidance with your own practice, as it's a kind of, for most people, long and difficult road, and with many personal issues also in the way of good practice, just message me, or maybe you can go also to my website, book a session there with me, and I'm happy to talk to you. Yeah, just what I wanted to mention. Thanks, and see you next video. Bye.